For millennia, the Great Pyramids of Egypt have stood as colossal testaments to human ingenuity. But how were these colossal structures, built with unfathomable precision, truly constructed? Forget alien theories or lost magic. The solutions lie in the ingenious application of physics, mathematics, and an astounding command of labor, available to ancient Egyptians. Today, we'll journey through the most compelling archaeological and engineering evidence, uncovering the practical methods that defied conventional understanding for centuries. Our story begins in the vast quarries where millions of tons of limestone and granite were painstakingly extracted. The precision of this initial stage was critical. Early tools were surprisingly effective. Copper chisels, dolerite pounding stones, and wooden wedges. They exploited natural weaknesses in the rock to extract colossal blocks. To split large blocks, workers would hammer wooden wedges into cracks. When soaked with water, the wood expanded, cleaving the stone with immense force. Once quarried, the enormous blocks, weighing many tons, needed to be transported. Rivers were the original highways, and ingenious barges awaited. During the annual flooding of the Nile, quarries near the water could float blocks directly onto waiting barges. This seasonal event was crucial for logistics. For land transport, massive wooden sleds, lubricated with water or milk, were pulled by teams of hundreds of men. This method was documented in ancient reliefs. Contrary to popular myth, the pyramid builders were not slaves. They were paid laborers, skilled craftsmen, and farmers contributing during the non-farming season. Archaeological evidence of bakeries, breweries, and medical facilities near pyramid sites confirms a well-organized, supported workforce, essential for such monumental tasks. Before a single stone was laid, the foundation required immense precision. The chosen site was leveled to an astonishing degree, ensuring stability for centuries. The pyramids were astronomically aligned with incredible accuracy to true north, east, south, and west. This required sophisticated astronomical observations. One theory suggests they observed the movement of circumpolar stars, casting shadows from a gnomon, a vertical stick, to determine the precise cardinal directions. The biggest puzzle remains. How were the stones lifted to such incredible heights? Several theories propose ingenious ramping systems. The simplest model involves a single massive straight ramp rising to the pyramid summit. However, its sheer volume, more than the pyramid itself, makes it improbable. Another theory suggests a spiral ramp wrapping around the pyramid's exterior. This reduces the ramp's gradient and length but complicates corner turns for large blocks. Remarkably, seismic scans and thermal imaging have revealed possible internal ramps within the Great Pyramid of Khufu, changing our perspective entirely. This revolutionary corkscrew ramp theory, championed by architect Jean-Pierre Houdin, posits a gently rising ramp built inside the pyramid's outer casing layer. The internal ramp theory solves many problems. It requires fewer materials, protects workers from the sun, and simplifies the lifting of large stones without impossible inclines. Evidence for the internal ramp includes notches or chambers found at the corners of the pyramid, believed to have provided turning points for blocks and ramps. A more recent, speculative theory by engineer Berend suggests an internal system of water locks and floating chambers, leveraging buoyancy to lift huge weights. The Grand Gallery inside the Great Pyramid, with its mysterious holes and polished floor, might have been part of the lifting mechanism for the heavy sarcophagus. Some speculate the Grand Gallery housed a sophisticated counterweight system, using ropes and weights to pull the massive sarcophagus up to the king's chamber. Beyond lifting, the precision of block fitting is astounding. Stones were cut and placed with such accuracy that a razor blade cannot fit between them. Achieving this required master craftsmen using advanced measurement techniques and careful dressing of each block face before placement. While joints are tight, a thin layer of specialized mortar was used, not for adhesion but for lubrication, enabling minute adjustments for a perfect fit. The outer casing of the pyramids, originally made of highly polished white limestone, gleamed brilliantly in the desert sun, a truly breathtaking sight. Most of these beautiful casing stones were later removed to build medieval Cairo, leaving the exposed, stepped core we see today. The ultimate challenge was hoisting the benben, or capstone, to the very top. This sacred object was likely adorned with gold or electrum. While large pulleys were unknown, simple rope and roller systems, leverage, and perhaps a specialized ramp section would have been used for the capstone. Before a single stone, the ground needed to be perfectly level. Ancient Egyptians reportedly used water and observation trenches to achieve this feat. Trenches would be filled with water, marking a level line. Workers could then remove stone above this line, or fill below it using sand and rubble. The discovery of Hayt el-Ghurab, the city housing the pyramid builders, provided invaluable insights into their daily lives and infrastructure. This city demonstrates the logistical genius required, feeding, housing, and organizing thousands of people for decades without modern technology. Evidence of advanced medical care, including bone setting and basic surgery, proves the value placed on the workforce. They were not disposable. Often overlooked, a causeway connected the pyramid temple to a valley temple by the Nile, serving as an important ceremonial and functional ramp. The pyramids embody more than simple brute force. They are a triumph of project management, civil engineering, and cultural willpower. Scribes were crucial, meticulously recording every aspect. Labor assignments, material inventories, and progress reports using papyrus and ink. Overseers, armed with rods, managed teams of workers, ensuring efficiency and discipline across the massive construction sites. Their understanding of local geology was profound, allowing them to select the strongest, most suitable stone sources for different parts of the pyramid. The inner core of the pyramid often used rougher, lower-quality stone, while the outer layers and critical chambers demanded finest materials. The construction was a multi-stage process, beginning with a strong, level base, building upwards in layers, and then adding the polished casing stones. Beyond practicalities, the pyramids embody sacred geometry, reflecting profound cosmological beliefs and mathematical understanding. Every angle had meaning. Stunningly, the dimensions of the Great Pyramid seem to incorporate approximations of the golden ratio, phi and pi, long before their formal discovery. Specialized workshops crafted the sarcophagi and intricate tomb furnishings. These were often masterpieces of ancient Egyptian artistry. Despite ingenious construction, most pyramids were eventually plundered. False passages, blocking stones, and hidden shafts were largely unsuccessful. Even plundered, the pyramids stand as a testament to the organizational power, scientific knowledge, and spiritual devotion of ancient Egypt. Ongoing archaeological research continues to uncover new evidence, constantly refining our understanding of these incredible feats of engineering. Ultimately, the story of the pyramids is a human one, a testament to collaborative effort, problem-solving, and unwavering faith in a grand vision. It was not just simple machines, but an entire society organized with a singular purpose that manifested these monumental wonders. The pharaoh's vision, combined with the administrative prowess of his officials, marshaled resources on an unprecedented scale. Pyramid building techniques evolved over centuries, from the initial step pyramids to the true smooth-sided pyramids we recognize today. Dosher's Red Pyramid shows evidence of an internal ramp system, suggesting it was an early experiment that led to later, more sophisticated designs. Critics often question how soft copper tools could cut hard stone. The answer lies in persistent effort, sand abrasives, and constant resharpening. Building a pyramid was a multi-generational project, sometimes spanning decades. Continuity of leadership and vision was paramount. The time and resources invested were not lost, but were considered a vital duty, ensuring the pharaoh's immortality and the nation's well-being. Even with compelling theories, some secrets of the pyramids may forever remain shrouded in the sands of time. Their mystery is part of their allure. From the humble bedrock to the celestial capstone, the pyramids represent an unparalleled journey from earthly materials to monuments touching the heavens. The pyramids are not just tombs, but libraries of human innovation, reminding us that with vision and concerted effort, anything is possible. What aspect of pyramid construction fascinates you most? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more historical insights.